Hello, parents. I want to kind of just talk about what that came to mind. And when we go into parental estrangement, did it have to do with the inception of the internet? I don't know, but it just seems like that kind of is the time period that has affected our young people the most. And unfortunately, children are getting younger and younger regarding those who are holding on to electronic devices, and it's mostly their parents' phones, a tablet, etc. It's really morphed into something beyond anything we could have ever imagined. I mean, when I was a kid, I watched TV, and my mom would say, "Don't sit too close; you'll go blind." And so we had. I'm dating myself. I was born in 1970, so we had a television. It had a dial on it, and we only had 6 channels, maybe 4, 6, 10, 12, 18, 24, etc. And so we had to share it. The only thing that we could carry around was a phone, and that had a cord on it. And then eventually you got a cordless phone, and you were in heaven because you could hide and have conversations without everyone else hearing. And then it was wonderful. But I don't know if estrangement started with the inception of the internet, but I think that's when I don't want to say evil, but that's when those of us, not those of us, because I think that's when our sons and daughters were affected and influenced, and not just in a positive way. I mean, I'll even go back to when my daughter was, I think she was 12 or 13. She was at home, and this is when we had dial-up. And so they were in they were in these gaming rooms where they just play games, and you could chat with the people you were playing with. And there was a boy in high school messaging her and saying terrible things. He wanted to blank in her mouth, and I took care of it. But that's when strangers and outsiders were able to get a hold of and communicate with our children. That's when the tides turned. And now we're moving up to the chat GBT. I'm not even familiar with it. I don't know anything about it, but I've seen stories where these young boys and girls are chatting with this bot, and some of them are ending their lives. I can't even imagine sitting in front of a panel in Congress telling them about how my son or daughter ended their life because a bot is instructing them on how to do that. The internet has destroyed people regarding finances. You have people that are lonely, that join looking for love because they lost a spouse, they have a lot of money, and people have lost billions of dollars to internet scams. So it just hasn't hit our sons and daughters, it has hit young, old, everyone in between. I'm not saying it's only the fault of the internet, but it certainly has contributed to the downfall of individuals, couples, families. Ashley Madison, is supposed to be anonymous. Well, someone made their list public, and people ended their lives because they were embarrassed, and that was that. I mean, it's a tool, but is it really a tool for good? If I need to look something up on Google, I do a quick search on what kind of animal is that, or to do a Google image search to see what kind of flower are in my garden. Flowers are in my garden, but let's think about it. Parents, if you have young children, they do not need the internet. They don't need your cell phone. They don't need access, unlimited, without you hanging out with them. No, absolutely not. Why? It's not food and water. It's not meant for sustainability. That's all there is to it. If you want to save your children, limit them, disconnect them. Screen time should be limited in the first place, because what is happening to our relationships? Our young babies, our toddlers, walking around with cell phones, they don't even know how to interact with people anymore. It's really sad. So anyways, that's all I've got. I hope this helps. If you have young children, it's never too late to make a change. And that's all there is to it. Take charge. You're the parent. Do what you gotta do. Don't let outsiders get a hold of your kids. You'll thank me later. That's all I've got. And I'll be back.